It's a different place than it was yesterday. Good morning, good day, good afternoon. I'm John Spade. This is the egg for Tuesday, October the 19th, a day I'm not going to soon forget. It seemed only yesterday that I had ideas of deleting Facebook and getting off the whole internet thing. I felt it was going nowhere and a complete waste of my time. Fortunately, a good friend of mine by the name of Sylvie, I won't use her last name, protect her identity, gave me some materials that quickly turned my way of thinking around. And of course, if you've been following my, uh, my mentor is Gary Vaynerchuk. And it really set up what was going to happen over the next couple of weeks. You'll probably notice my eyes are a little bloodshot. I am a little tired. It was a late night last night. It was kind of exhausting being at headquarters and watching history. For those of you who aren't in Calgary, are following the news, it's pretty significant what's happened here. We have a Muslim mayor-elect in our city now. And only yesterday, we were considered probably one of the most conservative white-collar cities in North America. And that's gone. Sorry, I'm going to have a little bit of coffee here while I'm talking, just to wake up. I'm pretty excited about all of this. So as I was saying, it was only yesterday that I was thinking, I had ideas. I'm putting this all to rest. I'm done with this whole Facebook thing. It's BS. And to actually see it in work, in play, social media, how you can actually use it to change the world. Now this might sound over the top and a little, change the world. Think about it. Could anybody have imagined putting a Muslim man into office here in Calgary 4 years ago? With the way media is, and even the way media is right now, with all of this has happened, I'm telling you, there's a lot of shock and awe out there. I consider myself one of Nahad's foot soldiers because I, like many others, used every piece of equipment we had at our disposal to talk about Nahad, to share links, to basically spread the word. And it's grassroots at a level that nobody saw. Rod Love, who was Barb Higgins' handler, 3 days earlier on radio basically said it's a two-person race between his candidate, Barb Higgins, and Rick McIver, and this Nahad Nenshi, it's a joke, social media, like, who are they kidding? Nobody saw this coming. And that's why I say we're in the midst of a revolution. And I love it, because 3 years ago, I was talking about how we could use the internet and the web to shape our political landscape. And I got a lot of flack for it. A lot of people going, are you out of your mind? You can't use the internet. It's unreliable. People that use it, it's all a bunch of fucking kids. Nobody gets it. It'll never change the way politics are done. So of course, the only thing we had to fall back on was the tried and true to get the message out, to get informed about the candidates. You'd have to rely on a slightly skewed and biased media. And I love it. Even now, there's so much denial going on out there, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I want to share something with you that I had in my inbox when I got up this morning. I have a friend that lives out in Toronto, so they were watching national coverage on CTV, and he was watching a gentleman by the name of Ian White. Now, I'm not sure who Ian White is. Maybe it's because I don't have cable and I don't watch enough TV. They dismissed the Purple Revolution, which of course is Nahad's campaign, and this is what he did on air. And there was a lot of this going on across the board. Media was not welcoming of this whole idea that a candidate could be voted in by people that use the internet. There was a lot of dismissiveness, suggesting that the only supporters that Nahad had were students and young kids who don't know any better. I was at two parties last night. I was one at Amsterdam Rhino, which is a bar downtown, and the demographic was shocking. And it wasn't really shocking to me because I had engaged a lot of people online, so I kind of knew where the demographic was. And for somebody like myself who's 46, there's a lot of me out there, you know, who use the internet every day in their day-to-day dealings. So I'm looking at a wide and diverse group of people, all backgrounds, all races, and all ages. And the beautiful thing is, and this is, you know, because I'm starting to get all the stories. I have some younger friends on Facebook, and you know what they told me, and it was fascinating to me. You know, we probably weren't going to vote. This is one of my friends. I probably wasn't going to vote, but I was so inundated with all the information that was being thrown at me about this election, and links and videos, that I felt compelled to watch them. And once I did, and once I started to understand the platform, it made me realize that it was important to get out there and do my part. And I also want to, I'm going to move on here because, you know, I'm going to talk this to death. I want to thank the Calgary Herald, because I really think they were key and instrumental in really driving this revolution. I'm calling it a revolution. When about 4 weeks ago, they declared Rick McIver the next mayor-elect. They basically came out and said, hey, you know what? Everybody else might as well drop out. You'll remember I said this in one of my past eggs. Nobody else has a chance in hell. Rick McIver's our man. The power of media, it's gone. Everybody needs to really pay attention because this is groundbreaking. Everything we do from here on in, we now know that through social media, we can make change and we can shape our world, the one that we live in. And this goes for everybody around the world. Democracy as we know it, tomorrow it's a new day. And we owe it all to social media. And keep plugging away. Doc, if you watched this far, buddy, this is my last day to talk about local politics. I've got a whole slew of stuff that I really want to talk about in the coming week. And it's time to get back up on my horse. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, by the way, I have a video up with Roger Kincaid, little soundbite interview that I did. It's on YouTube right now. And if you type in Nenshi Wins, you should get it up at pretty top at the top. Bye-bye.